Hey Sunflowers, is the homesteading Contessa, and today I'm going to harvest just a few things on a homestead. I don't have much that's ready, so let's see what we can get today. All right, so it's been raining here, and I haven't been out here. It's been raining for 2 days, and I just want to see if anything changed in the garden since then. Look like we got some new blooms. Got some mushrooms going on, which means that soil is good. Okay, we got some flowering. Oh, we got a little bean on the Cherokee. I see you right here. All right, we got another one back here. We get excited for the littlest things, don't we? Which ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see. Everything's looking green and good. I think I'll harvest a few little snap peas that I have. Let's see how many we can get. You got 1, 2. I can do something with this. Do a little stir fry or something. 3. I see more. They're a little small, so I don't want to. I can take that one. They're small, I'll leave them. The good thing about when I take some off, it'll encourage growth for the others. Okay. What else we got? Just trying to make sure I don't have any more big beans I can take. Ooh. Now, I didn't have any of this flowering. That rainwater would do it, I tell you. My blueberries, they're not blue yet, so yeah. Good thing about all this rain that I don't have to water the garden. So these are all flowers right here. Okay, I got something going on right here. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Now, this is a blue flower. I see it back here too. I planted so much stuff over here, I cannot even tell you. What I do know is that I planted some lots of zinnias. I planted sunflowers over here, the domino sunflowers, not the mammoth. Marigolds, which I know those pretty well. And I know the zinnias. And then I planted the purple coneflower, the echinacea, I think is how you pronounce it. So I wonder if that's what that is, because I see 2 over here, and then I see a few over here. I planted them over here, but you know how it'll rain, and then it'll spread your seeds. So let's see if that's what that is. I know echinacea is purple. That's why it got the name purple coneflower. But I wonder, is that the beginning color of it, you know, before it develops its true color? I don't know. I have to do a little research and see. All that rain, and it just missed my bucket. I put this over here to collect some water. Got a little bit of rainwater in there, but not as much as I would have liked. So over here, you know, I got my tomato plant. Maybe after today, you know, we'll get a lot of sun and it'll start to flower. So I know I got a little tomato right here. This is a cherry tomato plant, so I'm not gonna mess with that. It's not even red. I know I want some tea, so I'm gonna take some of my mint here. Come on through, jalapenos. Don't let me down. So if you've been following my chickens, didn't let me be great last year, and they ate most of my harvest, so I had to start over from scratch. So, you know, I like to grow things by seed, so that's where we are right now. Cut a piece of this mint. I love making me some mint tea. So, let's look what we got. It's not much, but I'm thankful. It's gonna get better and better. Ooh, look up here, I got a strawberry. It's not red yet, otherwise I'd take that too. I want it all. So let me arrange my harvest basket and turn it around so you can see. Well, let's see what we got. So I got some mint leaves, I got 3 eggs, and I got some sugar snap peas from my backyard. It's not a big harvest, it's a mini harvest, but I'm very thankful for it because we have to count each of our blessings. And I know that eventually I will be out here getting lots of veggies and fruit like I always do. Let me take you guys over here to see my watermelon patch. Let me just set this down. So, my harvest right there. Now, these are the mammoth sunflowers that I have. They're doing well. They're pretty getting big. And I have my watermelon here. So, all of this is a watermelon plant. This right here, this right there, and all from seeds. Let me give you like a little view. Right there is my marigold. It already has a little bud on it. Little flower bud right there. Planted from seed. There's a bud right there too. So before you know it, it'll be flowering. And I want to show y'all these stages as they grow. You know, we got some flowers on the watermelon. Because it lets you know that it takes time and patience, you know. And you can see my steps as I see them. I'm definitely not a stranger to gardening. You know, I've been gardening for... Aiden, you're by the ants, sweetie. Watch your hands. Let me see your hands. My grandbaby out here, and he has no fear. You know, the rain get those big old ant piles. Be careful, I don't want you to get bit, okay? You know, we'll stop wherever just to make sure that our kids and grandkids are safe. But don't feed the ants. We don't want to feed them. Feed the chickens. And that's Dallas right here, the gray lavender orpington. And then we have Derriere that's in the middle. Don't poke the chickens, Aiden. And then we have Daisy Dukes. So those are my laying hens. Soon they'll be having Jolene, Dixie, and Tess, and what is my other, Winnie. They'll be having my barred rocks with them. And I'm just going to isolate them in the smaller coop and put them in there about 3 weeks whenever they are able to come out here, which is like 6 weeks from now. And let them get used to seeing each other so they can all be together. Then I'll really get some eggs going. Because right now, everybody asking me for eggs. And right now, I just really got enough of my family. So I decided to get some more chicks. That way I can share with my family and friends. And then you don't really make money off of selling eggs. It's really just the kindness of you selling them fresh eggs. And then The most you'll get is pretty much to basically put back into the chickens stuff that they need, like more feed. So the chickens pretty much can pay for themselves if you think of it that way. If you're selling eggs, you can use it for their feed, for any electrolytes, any medication that you buy. But to make a whole lot of money off of eggs, you really have to be doing it on a really large scale. So, and I'm doing it on a small scale. I have a total of 7 chickens. And let me let you meet the new chicks. So these are my new chicks. We have Dixie, Tess, Winnie, and Jolene. I will be getting them banned, so I'll be able to identify them. But yeah, these are the newest to the homestead. Say hi, girls. But my chickens, they lay, my chickens, they lay every day. Dallas was the only one who, she went broody for like a week and she wasn't laying because she thought she was going to be hatching. And she finally got her big butt out of there and started being active again. You know, I'm glad I didn't have to do anything like give her a cold bath or something to kind of shock her out of that broodiness. She did it on her own. It's so funny when I introduced them to like the chicks. I just brought them to the coop and they just froze. They froze and they just was looking like, who is that, Harpo? And she was, it was Dixie I brought out. The one I call Dixie. She's the only one I can identify now. Because I try to look for distinguished marks to be able to identify them. So I'm going to eventually get those little bands for their legs and they get bigger. And then I'll, decide who really going to be who. But Dixie going to be Dixie. Because she has a certain design on her top head that I can tell which one is her. But basically, I say I like to say, she was looking at them too like, who these fools? Like, I know you're not going to put me out here with them. So, yeah, it's going to be a nice little thing. It's going to be my first time doing the chicken math thing to where they say when you buy chickens, you get more. And then, so I'm going to get the experience on how to slowly introduce them to the others. And just to have a real big flock. 7 is big for me. The most I have ever had is 4. We lost Bluebell last year. And before that, I used to have 4 of these 6-link pullets. So, and I ended up selling those when we stayed in our other house. And then I thought I could go without my chickens, but I couldn't, so I ended up getting more. So, what's new for me and what do I plan on doing in the future with my homestead is whenever we move, which, I just can't wait till God bless us with something more permanent. That way I can get my goats, my rabbits. I can really structure and section things off. And I can live this sustainable life to the fullest. I'm already doing it. Not waiting, because a lot of times we wait on our dreams because we try to have all our ducks in a row. But life is going to always life, and you just got to start somewhere. So right now I'm on a small scale to where I got some grow bags and 1 raised bed. Then I have this small in-ground garden over here. But once I do move, I will be able to get, the raised beds, the in-ground, and the more permanent structures, the fruit trees, and that I want to plant in-ground. I am going to get a few that I can have now that I can just keep in the pots into the meantime. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a May update because it is May 1st, y'all. It's May 1st. So, you say April shower, bring May flowers. So I got on my flower shirt. What did it say? Live life in full bloom. I got this at Tractor Supply. Not sponsored or nothing. I just love some Tractor Supply. They have some good stuff in there. and they can be expensive, you know, depending on your budget, but they always have like sales, and if you get their rewards, you can get free stuff and discounts. Look at me acting like I work there, but they're great, seriously. I like their red shed decor. I got a lot of stuff from there, but I didn't want much. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm just looking around, sun coming out. I got my eye on that strawberry up there. When I tell you, when that strawberry is ready, who is gonna get that is me, because this is my second time doing strawberries. The very first time I did strawberries, I grew these pretty red strawberries, and it was 6 of them ready. They were all red, and then it was a few by them that was not red. So I was like, I'm gonna wait, let them turn red, and just take them all together. That way I can have a few to go in the house and everybody can eat it. And why did I do that? Because a raccoon, this is at my other house, a raccoon ate all my strawberries. At first I didn't know what ate my strawberries. I was like, I went in the house, told my kids, my husband, I was like, something ate the strawberries. I think it was a raccoon. And then I put my hand on my hip and I was like, or is it a raccoon in my house? But come to find out, it was a raccoon, because the very next couple of days, my daughter went outside and she seen a raccoon, and she said that it's out there, that it barely like moved. It, you know, it just started. It looked back at her and was walking away slow. And I told her, them raccoons they're nothing to mess with. So when I went out there, that thing was moseying itself right out my fence as slow as possible. Like, he was like, say something to me. I'm like, we good. You got your strawberries now, gone. Because it came back for the other ones that were green. Not only did it rob me from the other strawberries, it came back and ate the last of my strawberries. So we never got to taste those. All that hard work. But, all right, guys. I'm going to let y'all go because you hear Rover over here. I don't know his name, but you hear him. He doing his thing. He's barking and you know, I want to share this with y'all. So y'all know how I told y'all Bluebell, that was my chicken that passed last year. The dog that you hear in the background is the dog that actually killed my chicken. You know, I can talk about it now. Like, when it happened, I talked about it, but it was hard. It actually got in the opening of my fence. It's actually their fence, and I don't know if you can see it. They point at the right direction. Where you see that little brick. Let me turn my camera around so you can see. So that little opening right there, it got through. So after having to put that brick right there, and you know, I wish I would have had my metal coop that I got now, because if I had that metal coop, then Bluebell could have still been with us. She was my other lavender orpington. But yeah, you know, it's unfortunately the sad part of farm life. You know, you do lose animals, you lose livestock sometimes through different reasons. I'm not the only person who ever lost a chicken to a dog, and I won't be the last. I just hope I'm the last. I hope it's the last for me. Yeah. But the sun is coming out. Aiden about to be mad because he about to come on in with me, and I'm finna make him take a bath because he done got all muddy over there. But yeah, sunflowers, y'all make sure y'all come back and see me. I haven't forgot about my greenhouse reset. So if you're waiting on part 2, it is in the works. You know, I work full time and I have my homestead, and you know, I have my small business, the Homesteading Contessa, on Etsy. So I am gonna get around to doing that soon, because it's a certain way that I want it. So I don't want to just throw y'all any type of, I don't want to throw my greenhouse any type of way, but I don't want to just show y'all any type of video. Today was just chit-chat on my porch, well, my back porch, right here, chilling with my Centronella candle. Y'all know I love Texas everything. And that's going to be a wrap. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Do something kind today, tomorrow, this weekend, and enjoy yourself until the next video. Bye.